Hey guys, it's Drew. It has been quite some time since I did one of my real talk videos here on my channel, and I thought that today would be a really good day to do one. There have been so many things that I have seen in the past week that I just wanted to make a video just talking about all of it. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably already know what this is about. Today, I want to talk about the Pewdiepie situation. Now, at the time that I am making this video, it is like a week after the fact. I just did not have the time or energy to do a video this week. But regardless, I am still seeing plenty of posts that are somewhat concerning. So even though every channel has just kind of milked this story to death, I still would really like to talk about it. So if you haven't been on the internet in the past week and you don't know the story, the YouTuber Pewdiepie, who is the biggest creator on this entire site, did a gaming live stream, and while playing said game, at one point he gets angry at another character in the game and says,
"What a fucking nigger."
Clear as day. Hard R. The whole hard R. Right after this, he realizes what he says and corrects himself by saying he meant to say asshole. And he tries to downplay it by saying that he didn't mean it in a bad way and he forgot that he was streaming. But being that this was a live stream to thousands of people, the damage was already done, and as you would expect, the internet blew up. It was my entire Twitter feed the night that it happened. A ton of people were really upset by it, but there were also a ton of people that came to his defense. And these defenses that I saw people giving and that they are still giving at this very moment are why I wanted to make this video. Like I said, if you follow me on Twitter, you already know I was going all the way off. Some of these rationalizations that people were giving were too wild for me to address in 140 characters, so I'm doing it here instead today. One of the main things that I saw a lot of people saying in defense of his actions were it was just an accident. In reality, the only accident was that he said this on live stream, and that's not me just assuming that he said it himself. I forgot I was streaming, implying familiarity and that it would be okay any other time. He is perfectly fine with using this word in any other given situation, and that comfortability with it is one of the main things I take issue with. So no, there was no accident here. It's like the old adage that I imagine just about everybody heard from their mother when they were crying and apologizing in timeout. You're not sorry that you did it, you're just sorry that you got caught. The next thing that I've seen a lot of people saying about it is, he just said it out of frustration. It was just gamer rage. Here's the thing about frustration. Everybody on this earth gets frustrated at some point or another, but not everybody drops the N-bomb. Plenty of people in real life have said it directly at me, and it was out of frustration. It doesn't change anything. And it's so weird to me seeing so many people write this off as a gamer thing. These people are basically arguing that video games transform you into something that is completely not you at all. You just magically become a different person outside of yourself. Like you just play Overwatch twice and suddenly you're racist. It's just so weird seeing all these people be like, you know, us gamers, we just get ragey sometimes. It's not us, it's the game. Like you sound like one of those people that says that Grand Theft Auto will actually make someone commit Grand Theft Auto. Video games do not turn you into a completely different person, and they don't magically add slurs to your index of words. I know plenty of gamers, including ones who live stream, and none of them have or would use that word when gaming. But maybe the reason that I don't know anyone who uses it when gaming is because I don't associate with anyone who uses it casually. From my personal experience, the only people who use the N-word out of frustration are those that would be perfectly fine using it at any other time. Because for people who don't use that word, it's not even in their vocabulary for them to pluck out of their heads whenever they feel mad. If that's your go-to word when you're mad, it does say that that's a word that you're familiar with using. And the fact that he used it out of frustration doesn't actually excuse it at all. It actually kind of makes it worse. Keep in mind, this is not actually the first time that he has used the N-word in a video. There was this time. 18, nigga! And some people were offended by that one too, but I personally wasn't really bothered. There was no hard R, it was used in a joking, slang manner. And I mean, he was also going through his filthy Frank phase when he was trying really hard to be an edgelord. I understood why some people were offended by it, and I wouldn't discount their feelings, but I personally shrugged it off. In this situation, it was completely different. Him using it out of frustration makes it 10 times worse. It shows intent, and it shows that he uses the word as a negative insult. And he even makes it abundantly clear when he corrects himself by saying asshole. Think about this if you're defending him by saying that he was frustrated. If that's the first thing out of his mouth when he's frustrated, what do you think the first thing out of his mouth would be if a black person pisses him off? But it's okay, because once again, in that situation, he was just frustrated. It's alright. Another thing that I keep seeing said online is people don't understand context. I understand context perfectly fine. I'm someone that has always loved comedy, even when it bordered on the offensive. I grew up watching Adult Swim when I was probably much too young to be watching it, and of course, I love me a Tarantino film. I understand context. That's why it's kind of funny to me that a lot of the people who are trying to counter those who are saying that it's wrong keep saying that, oh, everyone is a sensitive little snowflake if they say that it's wrong. Which, can we just talk about what a lame cop-out that is? Like, just in general, when people call you out on something.
Anyone who tells me I'm wrong is just a sensitive snowflake. That's why they disagree. It couldn't be that I'm actually an ignorant asshole. Everyone is just triggered.
But it's always especially hilarious to me the few times that it gets thrown at me, because I am the furthest thing from this little snowflake label that you like to throw around at anyone who doesn't agree with you. I personally think that comedy is just kind of a free zone. Things that in other scenarios would be offensive are fine if they make you laugh, and especially if they have a greater message. Like when the joke is how outlandish it is that people actually think that way. The only time when I will shut down a joke is when it comes from a place of malice or disgust or just wanting to attack somebody. Other than that, I really don't care. But here's the thing. Felix was not playing a part in a movie, and he was not making a joke. He got mad, and his immediate response was to say the N-word. Nothing about that context that you're claiming excuses it whatsoever. But then there's this one. At least he didn't direct it at a black person. I would correct that by saying that he didn't do it this time. If that is a word that he throws out as an insult when he's mad, what would be stopping him from actually saying it to someone who's black? Would it still be okay then? Like, I just want to know, where is your line? If you say it that casually, it didn't just come out of nowhere. You have it in your back pocket. It is in your arsenal the first time someone upsets you. As a person of color, I'm not even comfortable saying that word. If I'm directly quoting something, then that's about it. And even that makes me a little uncomfortable. Once again, I am black. I have had this word thrown at me many times on the internet and in real life, and I don't use it. Especially online. Even if I did say it in a video while quoting someone verbatim, I'd probably bleep it out because it's not a word that I want to hear coming out of my own mouth. And I'm nobody. This is a 27-year-old man who has been doing YouTube as his career for years. Over 50 million followers and still that irresponsible. Now this next one is just... ooh. Words are words, you know. It doesn't mean that someone's a bad person. This one is on a whole new level of asinine. Words don't mean anything. It's just a string of sounds and no one knows what it means. You can't judge someone by a string of sounds that they vocalize out of their mouth. People who say shit like this, I would love to just go up to them and be like, hey, you're a fucking piece of shit. Kill yourself. Not because I actually feel that way towards anyone, but because I know that their response would be far from, okay, let's be friends. Because you wouldn't want to associate with someone who feels that way about you and expresses it. If someone says, kill yourself, I don't want anything to do with that person. But I understand, I'm in the wrong. I shouldn't judge anyone for anything that they've got to say. They're probably a very nice person. You can call someone any racial slur, but it doesn't mean you're a racist. Unless you punch a black guy full on in the face, you are not racist, because it's just words. Do you see how stupid it is? Words are words is the worst defense of someone saying something shitty that I have ever heard in my life. Just like actions, your words do hold meaning and they paint a picture of what kind of person you are. And people can judge your character based on the words that you choose to say. And the final one, he said he was sorry. People in general, not just with this situation, need to stop taking these video apologies as an end-all be-all. Some people just hear the word sorry uttered quickly before a vlog, and that's enough to justify everything that they've done, no matter what it is. Felix's throwaway 1.5 minute apology does not change anything. He's not apologizing because the act in itself is wrong. He's apologizing because he did it in public. This isn't a situation of someone feeling remorse. It's a situation of someone trying to save face. So now I just want to give my thoughts in general on this whole thing. For me personally, Pewdiepie is just canceled. Once you accept that it's wrong, it still leaves that question. Is Pewdiepie racist? His casual use of the word as an insult is racist. What he said is racist. There's really no debating that. But does he truly, in his heart, hate all black people? I wouldn't know. But regardless of whether he actually hates black people or not, his use of the word tells me that he doesn't give a shit about them. He is someone with an insanely large audience who a lot of people look to. Every time he throws this word around in rage, whether it's live on camera or just him online with friends, he's basically saying that he thinks that's okay. That's a fine insult to throw around. And if he doesn't give a shit about how that affects anyone, then why should I give a shit about him? Whew, so I think I said all that I wanted to say. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video or you agreed with anything that I said, feel free to share this, tweet it, whatever you want to do, and I will see you soon with yet another video. Bye guys.